Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deeds.
Here.
Rupel.
Here.
McCleary.
Here.
McCoy.
Here.
Ray.
Here.
LeBron.
Here.
Moss.
Here.
Twitty.
Here.
Inman.
Here.
Mims.
Here.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
All are present, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Before you, in your package, you've got the minutes from our last meeting, November 6th. Be familiarizing yourself with those for our next meeting for approval, but at this time, we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the October 16th meeting. We have a motion.
Second.
Second, multiple seconds. All in favor of adopting of those minutes, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed by nay? All right, consent agenda.
Move the consent of business be approved as entirety.
All right, we have a motion to accept the consent and a second. All in favor of adopting of the consent agenda, please let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by nay? All right. Going on down the list, first item of business is ordinance 1804, reclassifying 2013 and 2019 Hamilton from R6 to R3. So entertain a motion to place ordinance 1804 on first reading.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deeds.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman.
Aye.
Mims.
Aye.
Ordinance number 1804, an ordinance reclassifying property in the city of Jacksonville, Arkansas, amending ordinance numbers 213 and 238 in the land use map of the city of Jacksonville, Arkansas, and for other purposes.
Questions, discussion on 1804? If not hearing, entertain a motion to place or to approve ordinance 1804 on first reading, suspend the rules and place on second. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deeds.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman.
Aye.
Mims.
Aye.
All right. Entertain a motion to approve ordinance 1804 on second reading and suspend the rules and place on third and final reading. We have a
Second.
motion and a second. Roll call.
Councilmember Deeds.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman.
Aye.
Mims.
Aye.
All right. Finally, entertain a motion to approve and adopt ordinance 1804 on this date.
So moved.
We have
Second.
Motion and second. Roll call.
Councilmember Deeds.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman.
Aye.
Mims.
Aye.
All right. Thank you very much. Ordinance 1804 is therefore enacted. Next on our agenda, we have concern from a citizen, Ms. McWilliams, or Ms. McWilliams, or, okay. If you would come on forward, you can come stand at this podium, please, with the microphone. And if you would, first introduce yourself to us and tell us where you live.
Good evening, Mayor Elmore, Jacksonville Council, Chief Hips, and guests. My name is Yana McWilliams, and I live on North Jeff Davis Street. I hate public speaking, so I'm going to read. I'm sorry if it's too long.
Is that mic on?
It is.
It is. Okay, better. So we came to, my name is Yana, this is Wayne, and although neither of us are originally from Arkansas, we chose to make Jacksonville our home. We arrived at Little Rock Air Force Base in 2001, and when my husband retired from the Air Force, we made the intentional decision to stay here and raise our 2 children. In 2005, we purchased our home at North Jeff Davis Street because of its comfort, affordability, and strong sense of community we felt. Our street used to be peaceful and welcoming, lined with beautiful trees, neighbors who owned their homes, and people who walked in and stopped to talk, and we all knew each other. It truly felt like a normal hometown and street. Over time, however, the situation in our neighborhood has changed dramatically. Crime increased, longtime residents moved away, and the character of our streets shifted. Still, we choose to remain because Jacksonville is our home and we believe in its potential. Tonight, I'm here to express deep concern about long-term ongoing and now normalized lawlessness on our street behavior that has been repeatedly ignored and allowed to escalate. At the corner of North Jeff Davis and Harvey Street, there is a resident, possibly living in a rental house, has been operating what is essentially an unregulated car repair and racing operation out of a residential property. He has multiple old vehicles in a yard and works on them every day, night, 7 days a week, just anytime. For more than 2 years, he has taken these modified cars with oversized pipes and extremely loud racing engines onto the residential streets and race them at all hours. We often see him loading cars onto the trailer and leaving every Sunday morning before 11. That's where we are going to church. Sometimes this happens on Saturdays as well. Holidays like Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving have been disrupted on Saturdays as well. Have been disrupted every year after year, that's what I meant to say. These are not small disturbances. These are high-power vehicles being operated recklessly on residential roads where families walk, children play, and pets are outside. He does not slow down or change his behavior when people are present. Because this has been ignored for so long, the situation has only worsened. Families have already moved out. The newly built homes nearby remain unsold and unoccupied. Our property values are being harmed, and our sense of safety has disappeared. Others from nearby street are joining and adding to the chaos. There is also a specific individual who regularly joins in, and they just exchange the homes, and they race together. He might be living on Oakhurst Street or Blackwell. In addition to the racing, several other activities are impacting the health and safety of our neighborhood. Number one, vehicle repair and harmful emissions. He regularly repairs old vehicles in his driveway, many of which emit strong, harmful fumes. Just last week, he brought another car, fourth, not counting the two that they drive usually. He pressed the gas pedal so hard that the entire street was filled with smoke. My husband and I had to stop working in our yard because the fumes were overwhelming, and I'm not lying. Number two, disregard for traffic laws. His truck is often parked facing the wrong direction, partially blocked the street. In July 2025, this contributed to the accident on our road. It is unclear whether any of the vehicles he races are legally registered or insured. If they are not, that raises serious liability concerns to the city and its residents. Noise pollution. The noise is constant, revving engines, racing, and mechanical work occurring daily and into the evening, in the past, and continue late in the night or early in the morning. I recorded video evidence of these activities and sent it to police chief on September 14, 2025. When my family visited from Europe this summer, the noise was unbearable. Last week, when I was sick at home, I could not rest because the rambling started at 11 and continued until late night. Number four, lack of meaningful change despite police response. I have called the police several times. Officers usually arrive quickly, and one even witnessed a racing. But after they leave, the behavior just, like, it will stop for a couple days, and then it just goes again and continues. Now the particular resident slows down when he passes my house, but his car can be heard from far down the street. It is not a normal engine sound. It is a really, truly heavy, like really lots of noise. Last Friday, November 14, a police officer came to our home around 5 p.m. regarding the complaints I filed. While we were speaking, a white heavy truck, possibly GMC, was racing on a nearby street close to Unity Hill, and then came down North Jeff Davis, slowing only as it passed our house. At the same time, there was a black sports car, did the same thing, then slowed down near our house. The officer left and followed the truck, but I don't know whether any action was taken or not. This is no longer a nuisance. It is a serious public safety, and is being failed to address this dangerous situation. Someone can be injured, child can be run, pedestrian can be hit, anything. I respectfully urge the city to investigate this ongoing situation. Our neighborhood needs meaningful enforcement and intervention. In addition, I ask the city to consider posting a clear speed limit sign, and most importantly, installing a stop sign at the corner of Harvey Street and North Jeff Davis. The intersection has become increasingly dangerous due to speeding, racing, and reckless driving. These steps would provide a much-needed layer of protection for every resident. Thank you for your time and commitment to protecting Jacksonville residents.
Ms. McWilliams, no, you go ahead and sit. I was just still talking. Sorry that this is taking place. I was just made aware of it recently when you requested to come speak. I can say this, since we have found out about this, the other day we did have a lieutenant from our police department go to the house and speak with the gentleman who was there, has the cars. And he was told and informed that there are complaints and what he can and cannot do, and that this is against the law and so forth. So he has been directly told on that. So now we will see if it does continue. As you referenced, the hard part is in this, we have to catch them in the act. And that's where the difficult part lies, because I wish we were blessed with being able to just have a police officer dedicated to sit there. We have increased our patrol. I've asked our captain of patrol to put out extra patrol in that area, so there should be more officers circling through there throughout the day, and so hopefully we can kind of curb this. Did you say it was predominantly happening on Sunday mornings, or what was that you said he packs up to?
5 a.m. Sunday morning or late at night Saturday. It would be like 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Saturday.
Okay.
It would be like so many people outside, and it looks like I'm just complaining, but we've waited
No.
2 years.
Yeah. So it's mainly on the weekends as opposed to week? Okay. Okay.
He varies the times that it goes out. It's never, you can't lock it down.
Sure.
at 1 p.m.
Right.
I mean, it'll be 3 p.m. this day, it'll be 8 p.m. this day.
Okay. Well, our Chief Hibbs is aware of this, and so we have talked about it. Like I said, we did send that officer to the house just the other day. I believe it was Tuesday that he went by there. So we will see what happens, and if it continues, please call the police department, call Chief Hibbs, let him know, or you can call my office and let me know, so that we can continue to try to do something about that. So.
This is very stressful for me. Like, I have a lot of things I can do. It's really hard.
Sure. It's all right. Thank you for your concern.
Thank you.
Next, discussion, code enforcement liens, Councilmember LeBron.
Absolutely. Marissa, can I get you to come to the front for a moment, please? Now, all the council members, y'all received in your package a breakdown of the code enforcer lien list that Marissa provided on the 16th. And it's broken down into the wards. Now, I wanted to have this conversation to try to see how we could help code enforcers recruit some of this money, because just looking at that bottom line at $84,000 is a lot for grass and some condemnations. Ms. Marissa, but I do just have a couple questions for you. Since the October 16th meeting, how many people has paid towards that $84,000 now?
I know this week alone we've received 4 payments. I reached out to my assistant who processed the payment, and she said actually we've received, since October's lien meeting hearing, we've received about 20 payments from that lien list.
Okay.
Is that payments or is it paying the whole?
Paying in full.
Paying in full.
Do you know
Yes.
what that totals up to so far?
I don't off the top of my head. I should have gotten a report,
So
but
it
I
could have
wasn't.
been just a 175 for grass on this one.
The majority of them are 175. Occasionally it might be a 325, somewhere in the
In
1 to
that
2
range.
mow cycles. It's not the larger amounts.
Okay. second question would be, who currently cuts our grass now? Does the city do it?
No, we have 4 grass contractors. Each year we put out a article in the paper and a Facebook post where we request anyone interested who has a proper business with insurance, license, bonded. They can bring a copy of their business license and insurance, and we will collect them all in February and then select 4 contractors to mow that season. Our season runs from April to October. This year we had 4. We only received 4 submissions for businesses interested in mowing yards for the city. So we used those 4. We didn't have to do a selection process.
Okay. And are we paying them, or how much they charge?
The city pays them, we pay $75 an acre. So we pay that contractor $75 an acre. We bill $100 administrative fee and the $75 abatement fee.
Okay, so the city receives.
There are also miscellaneous fees for additional mowing. The more we go out,
The extra
the
$25
extra.
per
Mhm,
cut.
yes.
Go ahead.
On here, all these are from April to October, so this is for the whole time, all of this.
So the last council hearing where we passed that lien was from April until August. And then next council meeting, we'll have September and October's on that one. When we bill a grass abatement, we give them 30 days to pay that abatement, and then 30 days before we place a lien. So they get 60 to 90 days, depending on when the next council hearing is, for us to be able to place a lien on that property.
If they don't pay, we just keep billing.
Correct.
That's all.
Yes.
Now, when you say, go ahead.
Who's responsible for paying the lien fee to put a lien on the property and then remove the lien?
The owner of the property is responsible for the lien. The city, once the council passes the liens, we pass it to Stephanie Friedman to place through Pulaski County Tax Office.
Right. So in my expertise, when I place a lien on a property, let's say they owe $200, the lien amount's going to be $275 because it cost me $30 to send for the title company to file a lien, and it's going to cost me another $30 to have the lien removed, plus some administrative fees for my work. Where are the owners of these homes? Are they responsible for that amount?
That comes out of my budget. So when I'm filing the liens, I'm charged per page, not per each lien.
Right,
or
$15 per
amount.
page?
Yeah.
Right.
And then to do a lien release, it's an extra $15 a page.
Right.
So, yeah, that's my budget.
Is okay? Because that's a loss in our book, unfortunately. And I wish there was a way to, if they owe $175, they should owe $205 for the $30 that it costs to put the lien on, take the lien off.
So I believe that may possibly be why we have the administrative fee to help cover some of those costs. However, maybe we should allocate portion of that administrative fee toward the city attorney's budget to reimburse her for the lien. I was unaware until just now how that worked, actually. I just thought it was free.
Well, on the big ticket items, like on the big ticket items, the $11,000, that's when you remove all the debris and everything. Are we able to, if they don't pay in a certain amount of time, are we able to put a foreclose on that? Nope. It's a tax lien. Yeah, well, it's a tax lien, but as far as to try to recruit that, I mean, because the insurance is paying for, I mean, if the house burns down, they get insurance money, correct?
If they have it.
If they have insurance, well, okay, if the ones that do have insurance, yeah, they receive money, so shouldn't we be able to? Is it?
Yes.
There's no loophole?
No.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just asking. Okay, well.
Get the legislature to pass law. To follow against their income tax, it's against the law, so you can't. So it just sits there until they die or someone else gets it, and then it can go into a probate, and then you might be able to get it. But by then, you know, who knows?
Yeah, be a whole new group up here.
For 3 or 4 years. And it just sits there. We have to pay it because it's our city.
Correct.
We can't recollect it. I mean, you can go after them, but you gotta be careful how you go after them.
Right.
And if a property sells at that time, as long as they do the proper title search, that lien will be collected upon that sale. If not, that lien stays with that property and the new owner, unfortunately, is unaware of it until they get the bill.
Okay.
No loopholes, Michael.
There gotta be a loophole. All right, that's all.
You're good?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
Thank you, Marissa.
thank you, Marissa.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Next, moving on to ordinance 1803, the adopting of the fiscal budget for 2026. So, we had discussion, question time at our last meeting, so we will be moving to vote this evening. So entertain a motion to place ordinance 1803 on first reading.
So move.
We have motions. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deets.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman.
No.
Mims.
Aye.
Ordinance number 1803, an ordinance adopting a fiscal budget for 2026, making appropriations and authorizing expenditures for operation of various departments of city government for the purchase of materials, supplies, equipment, and services covering general fund operations, street fund, emergency medical services fund, shooting range fund, and sanitation fund, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Okay, like I said, we had our discussion, question time last time. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. I know the reason I couldn't ask them last time because I didn't have what I needed to ask the question, so I do have a couple of things to bring forward today. One of those being the salary roster that was received. It did not identify the data source used for the figures that we received. I'd like to know what system, payroll records, or salary study was referenced to compile the information provided to council.
Charlotte, would you like, I can respond for some of that, but Charlotte, if you want to come forward.
I'll come forward and you can respond. Sorry, Sean.
All right, ask the questions again, please.
So the salary roster, it did not identify the data source, the data used for these figures. What system, payroll records, or salary study was referenced to compile the information provided to council?
We used the salary survey from 2023.
2023?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Municipal
ma'am.
League?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we looked at some of those and they did not accurately match down the line, looking at some of those. So it was 2023 and not 2024.
Correct.
Some of those still don't match.
Yes, ma'am.
So that study reflects a different salary range as comparable to those positions. Why are there discrepancies if we used it verbatim from 2023? Can you help us understand that?
I can speak towards that.
Yes, sir.
Bottom line is, we don't use that salary study in determining what our salaries are here, because everybody's salary is set at moment of time of hire when they come on board. And so everything goes from there. We have not used like the mid column and so forth, because I know that's where what has caused the most confusion. That is not a tool that we use when setting or looking at our salaries.
Okay, so we used it, but we don't use it?
We have not used it. That is not that has been a reference point that has been there in the past, but it hasn't always been there. That just was adopted on the worksheet or the spreadsheet that Ms. Nelson uses to keep track of things. That sheet is not a quote official document. If I'm making, is that correct? Am I
Yes, sir.
saying that?
Yes, sir.
That it is not, yes? Or you look at me, or it is a working document, but it is not an official. That is not what the salaries, anything that is on, that is not what it is based on.
Working documents are subject to FOIA.
Yes, it is, but I'm saying, but that column, the mid column in which you have asked about and has been asked about is not a factor that we used. The letter that the city council received that I submitted the other day explained that in the first part of that.
So what we received says it came from the 2024 survey lookup midpoint. That's what's on the document that we received, which leads to the next question. Before the roster was distributed to council, who verified it for accuracy? Because you're saying 2023, but it tells us that it was 2024, which is what I then used to go and check to make sure that what we had received actually was reflected in that 2024 survey.
We went over all salaries. Me, Mayor, and Laura went over all current salaries. We did not use the salary survey.
Can you tell us who Laura's title?
Laura is the finance director.
Thank you.
So we told council that the salary survey was used, but you're telling me today that it was
The
not.
salary survey was not used.
Okay. So do you have a document that has a listing of the salary that you did use, so that you can provide to council, so that it can be checked, bumped against what we did receive?
When you say salaries that were used,
Whatever she's
what?
using, because there has to be a reference point that is being used for us to then document that this is the midpoint of the salary that you listed here. So based on what was listed here, I then checked that, cross-referenced it to the document, because that's what's referenced on here to say that's what was used. But since that's not what was used, which means it makes it all incorrect, I would then need to, you said you used 2023, so I need to go back and look at 2023.
You can go back and look at 2023s.
We did
You're
look
welcome to
at
go back and look at 2024s also.
I did.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying that it was incorrect.
Yes,
all the way
ma'am.
down, because it didn't
And-
match.
Okay.
That column was not even there. Like I said, when the original spreadsheet was asked for, I believe Councilmember Twitty had asked for it, and that was what had been seen. That midpoint column was not even on that. We had to go back and add that because that was what y'all had asked for. So that column was then put in. That's what I'm saying. That was not a figure. The midpoint suggestion is not anything that we use when determining or setting salaries.
Well, I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is when something is provided, we have to be able to reference that, to cross-reference, to just fact-check what was given. And based on what was listed on what we received and picked up, it's not accurate information. So it makes it difficult to process and then make an informed decision about a budget when the information that was received is incorrect.
What information is incorrect is what I'm getting at.
The salary roster, that it's not matching up with what you say is there.
The salary, the proposed salary, the current salary and the proposed salaries are the two columns that matter. And so
Well,
how
I
is
want
that
to see-
incorrect?
I want to see where you got your information so that I can check it.
What information? That's what I'm
The
asking.
midpoint that's listed here. You said you got it from 2023, so it needs
Right.
to be checked.
But that's fine, she'll get that, but that was not a factor in determining salaries. That's what I'm getting at.
I understand. But
Okay.
I can't pass a budget and not have to be receiving something that's not actual factual. It's incorrect to give us something that wasn't checked to make sure that what we were receiving was actually accurate information. So that's my first, and thank you for that. So
Yes,
I do have
ma'am.
something else if there's nothing else on that one.
Thank you.
Next question.
Okay. So the next thing is around the longevity and retention bonus. That one is something, where is that in the 2026 budget?
It is not. That is not a budgeted item, nor that has never been budgeted. because that is determined from leftover if there is residual funds from the year, if there's an availability to be able to do it.
And from which funds were these payments made?
Laura, it's gonna be general fund, come on up, and one of, or two of Adam's funds, I believe.
It'll come from the general fund, street fund, EMS, sanitation, and shooting range, just like our payroll does.
Okay, so that's coming from all of that, and this whole longevity pay, this budget item, those were the sources for that. So what is the total amount that is being paid out to whom, and that's being received in the coming weeks, right? So what's the total amount? And we'll need to whom, that whole listing of who that money is going to.
I'm not sure why
What is
you
the
would need the
total amount?
listing, because it's not a budgeted item. It's nothing the council votes for.
Actually, according to Municipal League, I reached out to them this week, and because it's public funds, they did say that we should actually have an ordinance around it, to put some guardrails. But if there's allocating of funds, we have a responsibility as council, and I just wanna understand, because I don't know anything about the longevity. There isn't a policy, it tells you what, but it's no how, based on feasibility. Is council voted on that on the first week of November to say, okay, we have feasibility? Where does it show that we have that excess so that it can then be dispersed?
It's my understanding that that is an administrative decision by the mayor, who has the authority to do that in his job duties. So I suppose you would need to ask him that information.
I think what you received from the Municipal League actually says contrary to that too.
It doesn't say contrary to that. I have it. You want me to read it? I'll read it.
Yes, please.
Because he did say there isn't a policy, there's not a state statute
That's
that requires a policy, but those are public funds. And since they are public funds, what he would suggest that council does is adopt it in an ordinance. Arkansas, I hope you are well. Arkansas law does not have any specific requirements for a city to establish a longevity pay policy for municipal employees. The city may do so if the city wishes to. That is a matter of local policy for the city to determine. And we all know that when it comes to policy and law, that is council's responsibility. And I would recommend doing so via ordinance, but there is not a law that requires an ordinance. He would recommend that. And as with all expenditures of public funds, the city council must first appropriate the funds so they may be paid out. If the city is paying longevity pay out in a lump sum similar to a bonus, the payment should be processed as payroll, again, similar to a bonus. And that went into procurement because I had questions around that. So he talked about the procurement requirements, which does not apply to this. But as far as not knowing that that kind of money is going out, council does need to know that those funds are being dispersed. But that's the public. That's something that requires transparency. So I'm just asking for the detail on who all received it and how much was paid out.
You would need to get that information from the mayor.
Okay.
Or actually, that would, HR has the list because it's everybody who you have to be at the, Charlotte, what are the years on it?
Give me just a second, I'll look up the email real fast.
Starts at 3.
3 to 5.
Yeah.
I know 3 to 5, but 7. But I don't know the rest, so I'm gonna look it up real fast. It's something like 3 to 5. I'm sorry, this phone is not giving me what I need. It's something like 3 to 5 years. It is $700. 5 to 10 years, like $800. And then from 10 to 15 is $900. And then if 16 plus years, it's $1,000. That's right.
And how long has longevity pay been a practice of the city?
I have been at the city 17 years, and they've been giving out longevity 17. And probably before I got here, but longevity's been given out 17 years. There has been years longevity has not been given out. I got it right then. Yeah, Chief pulled up the email for me. I got it right. There's years longevity has not been giving it out because it has not been. From what my understanding was, if we had money left over, then you got the longevity. If not, no longevity was given. But it's always been at the mayor's discretion.
And who is eligible for?
Full-time employees and part-time employees receive half if they've been here this long.
Who is not eligible for it?
Seasonal employees.
Okay, is that all?
And elected
officials are
officials,
not
I'm sorry.
eligible.
Elected officials and seasonal employees. Part-timers receive half and full-timers receive, like I said, 3 to 5, $700, 6 to 10, $800, 11 to 15, $900, 16 years or more, $1,000. And that money is taxed.
And where's
It's
that
given out,
policy?
it's given out in a separate check, so it is taxed.
And where is the policy again? Just so I can.
That
locate
is
it.
not a policy because longevity is not a budgeted item from my understanding is because it's not guaranteed every year.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you. Anything else, Mayor? All right.
Other questions?
At this time, with some information I received this week, with an employee issue, I feel we need to go into executive session and discuss this before the budget is passed.
Okay, we have a motion for executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, multiple seconds. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. We will pause and return. 5, entertain a motion to reconvene back into general session. Motion,
Second.
and Councilmember McCoy second. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, by nay. Okay, no actionable items taking place in there, just discussion only. And so we were now at, entertaining a motion to approve ordinance 1803 on first reading and suspend the rules in place on second. Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Deets.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
Aye.
Ray. LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Hinman.
Aye.
Mims.
Aye.
All right, entertain a motion to approve 1803 on second reading and suspend the rules in place on third and final reading.
So moved.
Roll. Have a
Second.
motion and a second. Roll call.
Councilmember Deets.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
Aye.
Ray. LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Hinman. Aye. Mims.
Aye.
All right, entertain a motion to approve and adopt ordinance 1803 on this date. Motion and a second. Roll call.
Councilmember Deets.
Aye.
Rupel.
Aye.
McCleary. McCoy.
No.
Ray.
Aye.
LeBron.
Aye.
Moss.
Aye.
Twitty.
Aye.
Kinman.
Aye.
Mims.
Aye.
Okay, what was that?
9-1.
9-1, okay. And there is no emergency clause on this, so ordinance 1803 or fiscal budget for 2026 is approved. Any old or new business?
Mr. Mayor, before we move on, I just wanted to say thank you to Laura and your team and Charlotte and you for working so hard on our budget and getting it to us. We really appreciate you guys.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I want to be in parade.
You'll be in parade. Yeah, and thank you for that reminder, actually. Yeah. Saturday the 6th, coming up December,
Make a
the
note.
Jacksonville Christmas Parade. Council members, if you are available, I encourage you to take part in that. If you're not, we totally get it, but anybody else who wants to sign up and be a part, please contact Parks and Rec. And with that, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved. We are done. Thank you.